In the previous class, 9th canto, chapter 3, we were discussing till the shloka, verse number 17 we did. Yes. So, the marriage of Chevan Muni and Sukanya, that was the discussion. And in that, because King Sharyati, he went for some retreat in the jungle, in the ashram of Chevan Muni. And there, his daughter Sukanya, who was very beautiful, she pierced the eyes of Chevan Muni because he was inside that ant hill, and she could not understand. Then the two eyes were only glowing, so she pierced with the throne, and then there was some health issues to the army and to the associates of the king, and then king understood that among us somebody has did this mistake, something to Chevan Muni. He disturbed the decorum of ashram, so he asked. Then his daughter Sukanya accepted, agreed that yes, she did some this thing, because when she pierced the two glowing holes, the blood came out. Okay, so she could not understand, but she accepted it that she did this. So when she did this, what happened that Chevan Muni came out, and then Chevan Muni asked. Actually, King Sharyati asked forgiveness from Chevan Muni, but Chevan Muni said, "How old are you? Is your daughter married?" So King Sharyati understood that he want to marry my daughter. So just for that purpose, so that Chevan Muni does not give him curse, so he agreed. And then Sukanya was very intelligent, very good girl. So she said, yes, if just by my being married to him, even though he is very old, he is like my grandfather's age, but if that makes others happy, and because it is my mistake only, and because of that everybody is suffering, and if I get married to him, and if I suffer whatever, then others will be relieved from their suffering, so that's a good thing, so I will accept. And she accepted and she married, and she was very faithful and very chaste wife. She was very nicely serving her husband, even though her husband was very irritating or like that, but still like a very good, very chaste wife, Sukanya was serving her husband Chevan Muni very nicely. And later on, what happened, once this Ashwini Kumaras visited Chevan Muni ashram, Chevan Muni asked that, can you make me young, give me such kind of youthfulness which is very much desired, very much liked, appreciated by young girls. So give me that. In return, I will make available somrasa for you, which you are not allowed to drink after the yajna. So I will make that thing, that somrasa available for you. So Ashwini Kumaras are the physicians of Devatas, so they can do that. So then later on, Ashwini Kumaras agreed, and they made such a lake, and they all three took bath there, and all three became very handsome, very young. And Sukanya was not able to identify, and they said, you identify your own husband, because all three were looking same, very handsome, very smart. So Sukanya, was being very chaste wife, she surrendered to Ashwini Kumaras and asked that you only please reveal us. I am not qualified, I am very insignificant, so please help me, please bless me and give me my husband. So they were very happy, and they Ashwini Kumaras gave her a husband. Okay, so like that was the story going on. Now from 18 onwards, further, now so Chevan Muni became very young, and Sukanya, they are living nicely there, so that's the status. And now Sharyati, the king Sharyati, so in previous section we discussed that how great and Sukanya was. She was very chaste wife, but now here King Sharyati will have a doubt upon Sukanya's chastity. So that is the 18th shloka. So 18th to 23, that's the discussion. Yakshayamano athas sharyati chavanashyashramam gataha dadarsha duhitu parshve purusham surya varchasam yakshamanaha desiring to perform a yajna. Atha das Sharyati, King Sharyati, Chavanasya of Chavanmuni ashram to the residence. Gataha, having gone, Dadarsha, he saw Duhita of his daughter Parshve by the side, Purusham, a man, Surya, Varchasam, beautiful and effulgent like the sun. Thereafter, King Sharyati, desiring to perform a sacrifice, went to the residence of Chavan Muni. There he saw by the side of his daughter a very beautiful young man as bright as the sun. Okay, so King Sharyati went again for performing some yajna in the ashram of Chavan Muni. There he know my daughter is there married to Chavan Muni. But what he saw that daughter is with a very young man who is very handsome. Okay. Dadarsha Duhituhu Parshve Purusham, a young man. How he was? He was bright as the sun. Surya Varchasam, very bright. Raja Duhitaram Praha Kritapadabhivandanam Ashishascha Prayunjano Nati Priti Mana Iva. Raja, the king Sharyati, Duhitaram unto the daughter Praha said, Kritapada Abhivandanam, who had already finished offering respectful obeisances to her father, Ashisha, blessing upon her cha, and Aprayungyaha, without offering to the daughter, na, not Ati Priti Mana, very much pleased, even like that. After receiving obeisances from his daughter, so as soon as King Sharyati came, daughter came and offered obeisances to father. So after receiving obeisances from his daughter, the king, instead of offering blessings to her, appeared very displeased and spoke as follows. So she offered obeisances, pranam to father. Father did not give blessing and he looks like he is very angry. Who? Sharyati. Okay. So now he was so angry and he started speaking like this. What did he say? Chikirsitam te kim idam patistvaya. Chikirsitam te kim idam patistvaya. Pralambito lok namaskrito munihi. Yatvam jara grastam asati asammatam. Vihaya jaram bhajase muma advagam. He is doubting on the chastity of his daughter. Chikirsitam, which you desire to do of you, te of you, kim idam, what is this, pati, your husband, tvaya, by you, pralambita, has been cheated, lok namaskrita, who is honored by all people, munihi, a great sage, yet because from you, jara grastam, very old and invalid, asati, o unchaste daughter, asammatam, not very attractive, vihaya, giving up, jaram, paramour, bhajase, you have accepted, amum, this man, abhavgam, comparable to a street beggar. O unchaste girl, who is saying father to his daughter Sukanya. O unchaste girl, what is that you have desired to do? What is this that you have desired to do? You have cheated the most respectable husband who is honored by everyone. For I see that because he was old, diseased and therefore unattractive, you have left his company to accept as your husband this young man who appears to be a beggar from the street. So father is saying that, what did you do this? Because I can understand, because your husband was very old, diseased, and because of old age and diseased, he was not very attractive. So you have rejected him, you have left your husband and now you are living with this young man. You have cheated the most respectable husband. Lok namaskrito munihi. That Muni who is honored by everyone. Lok namaskrito munihi. You have rejected that Muni. What is this? So, what is the point here? That neglecting, father is saying that neglecting your respectable husband, you accepted this Young man, this traveler who is praised by liars, he is no use, he looks like beggar from the street. So, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is saying that this shows the values of Vedic culture. According to the circumstances, Sukanya had been given a husband who was too old to be compatible with her. Very important purport here, very important point Prabhupada is discussing, very important to understand for the girls. According to the circumstances, Sukanya had been given a husband who was too old to be compatible with her. There was such circumstances, so somehow she was married to a husband, a person who was very old, not at all compatible. Even it is mentioned that his age was like grandfather of Sukanya, such an old man. Because Chervanmuni was deceased and very old, he was certainly unfit for the beautiful daughter of King Sharyati. He was not at all equal marriage, okay? It was not an equal marriage because the man was not at all qualified, or he was unfit because she's so young and he's like grandfather's age. Nonetheless, and on top of the very old and deceased also. Nonetheless, her father expected. What is the expectation of Sukanya's father? Okay, so that has to be very clearly understood. Her father expected her to be faithful to her husband. It's not like, if your husband has any problem, call us. We have so many contacts in police and in advocates, so we will file a case and we will see. Nobody should say anything to my daughter in the house of in-laws. But no, it's not like that. Even though husband is unfit, even though the marriage is not equal, but still what father's expectations are that my daughter should be faithful to her husband. When he suddenly saw that his daughter had accepted someone else, even though the man was young and handsome, the other man was so young and very handsome, but still the father, what is he, that means King Sharyati, immediately chastised her as asati. What the word he is using? Asati. Sati means very chaste. Asati means unchaste. Because he assumed that she had accepted another man in the presence of her husband. Okay? King thought she left the old husband and she is taking association and company of another man. According to Vedic culture, even if a young woman is given an old husband, she must respectfully serve him. This is chastity. Okay? It is not that because she dislikes her husband, she may give him up and accept another. This is against Vedic culture. Okay? According to Vedic culture, a woman must accept the husband given to her by her parents and remain chaste and faithful to him. Therefore, King Sharyati was surprised to see a young man by the side of Sukanya. That's the Vedic culture. Even though if one girl is married to a unfit husband, old or deceased or somehow whatever, some problem, but still she is supposed to serve husband faithfully, honestly. That is called chastity. Chastity, anyway, in modern days, people don't know the word chastity itself. Forget about the meaning of chastity and forget about the mood of chastity. What is this? Many times during discussion of these kind of purports, some people asked me, what is this chastity means? What is it called? What is it all about, chastity? Chaste wife, what is a chaste? They don't know. They are married, but they don't know. The girl is married, but she don't know what is meaning of chaste. How she will be chaste then? She don't know even what is called to be a chaste wife. Then how you can expect her to be a chaste wife? Parents did not teach her what is called chastity. Okay, so people, so especially in the modern days, they should learn and they should be, parents should teach. What is it called? Chastity. Okay, so in all the circumstances, wife should remain faithful to husband. It's not like after marriage he found out, oh, this guy is having this disease. Okay, then I'm not living anymore with him. I'm not serving. Or actually after marriage somebody get to know actually these people are not that rich like I was thinking. So reject them or not many things. Or sometimes they get because of some circumstances, many times it is seen that women are accepting another husband or taking divorce and going to another man, or sometimes remaining in the not taking divorce but having extramarital affair. All these thing is not Vedic culture. This is all rascaldom. It's all very worst thing. Okay. So women are supposed to be chaste. That, and first of all they don't know the meaning of chastity, then how will they know the power of chastity? Okay, the power of a chaste woman is too much. Okay, so yeah, so there was a rishi called Kaushik Rishi. He was very powerful. He did so much tapasya, and because of his very strong tapasya austerity, he has attained so much power. And because he was so powerful, one day he was doing tapasya or sitting under a tree, and one crow came and did potty on his lap. He passed his stool, his crow, and he went there. And this Muni was so angry, and he looked at the crow, and the crow burnt out, finished, just by the sight. So anyway, he was a rishi, he had some other thought also, so he felt that actually this is too much punishment I gave to this small creature. He just passed some dirty thing on my lap, but that doesn't mean that I will give him death. I finished him. No, that's not good. So he thought I should do some atonement, some prayashchit. So he went to, he thought, okay, I'll go and beg something and like that. Okay. So he used to go and beg from the household people, and he will manage like that. So one day he went to one house, and there one lady opened the door and he asked Viksha. So she said, okay, please wait, I will bring. So she went inside to bring some alms, some Viksha for him. Meanwhile, her husband also came to home. So when her husband came and went inside the home, immediately she started attending her husband. So how are you, and how was the day? Are you tired, and all those things. She started take some water and did some fan or like that. She started attending her husband who just reached at home, and then gave some water and something to eat to the husband and made him comfortable. And then she said, okay, I'll attend the sadhu who has come at the door. Okay, so then she came back with some Viksha and gave to this rishi. So rishi said, this much time you have taken, you made me wait this much. I am a Brahmin, you are keeping me waiting outside for so long time. And he was so angry, and he was looking in very anger, staring at the woman. Then this woman said, what you are looking at me, huh? You think I am that crow who will be burnt because of your anger? Don't think like that, okay? I am the chaste wife of my husband. The power of my chastity is far greater than power of your austerity. You cannot do anything to me. I am very chaste to my husband. So even such a powerful rishi could not harm this woman. Why? because she was so chaste to her husband. So nowadays in modern world, people don't accept the Vedic truth. But the Vedic truth is that nobody is as powerful as a chaste woman. If a woman is chaste to her husband, she is so powerful. Nobody can harm anything. Okay, she, even if she wants, means nowadays people are talking about protection and all those things. If she is very chaste to her husband, nobody can touch him. She can just burn even the enemies. That is the power of chastity of a woman. Okay, that's what the Nari Shakti is called in the scriptures. Okay, that is Nari Shakti. Nari Shakti is the chastity of women. Okay, so that's the point. It's not like you do some physical hard work and go gym and all and attain some. Of course, that's power, but that power is very minute compared to the power of chastity. Yes. So that's what King Sharyati immediately said her, Asati, you are unchaste. Because King Sharyati thought that she had accepted another man in the presence of her husband. Okay. So according to Vedic culture, women must accept the husband given. So this is another thing. First thing is, it's not like you don't like the husband so you change it. Okay. It's not like that. The point is, one should serve her husband nicely. In whatever condition husband is, but one should serve. And Vedic culture says that woman must accept the husband given to her by her parents. Always even though in olden days Swayamvar was there, so they will select, but the handover will be done by parents. They will express their desire sometime, and then parents will arrange Swayamvar and like that. So the Vedic culture says that the girl should accept husband through the parents. Parents should arrange for husband. Okay. So they must accept the husband which is given to them, which is given to the woman by her parents, and then remain chaste to that husband. It's not like to scolding sometimes. Sometimes nowadays girls will scold parents also. Arey, where you put us? This guy is useless. You married me to this fellow. He is like this. He is like this. No. Whatever it is, girl should remain chaste to the husband who is given, and husband. Girl must accept husband only given to her by her parents, and she should remain chaste and faithful to husband. That's the point here. Okay. So King Sharyati is saying, Asatya Sammatam, you have cheated your husband because you have given up an old husband and accepted this lover, paramour. Your husband was old, so you rejected him, and you have given him up, and now you are living with this paramour, this lover. Like that, he is scolding his daughter. Okay, this is the right father. But nowadays, some father, first of all, they will sometimes they will not do proper checkup, and they will because of some other benefit, they will marry their daughter to some boy, and later on they only will suggest, okay, you take divorce and marry to another boy. What is this? This is not at all allowed. Okay, you check properly and marry, and then teach your daughter that she should remain chaste and faithful to the husband. There is no option like this. Okay, leave this husband and live with another husband. This option is not available in Vedic culture. Katham matiste vagatanyatha satam kula prasute kula dushanam to idam vibharshi jaram yad aptrapakulam pitushya bhartushya nayasasi adhastamaha. Katham, how matihite, your consciousness avagata has gone down, Anyatha, otherwise Satam of the most respectable, Kula Prasute, O my daughter born in the family, Kula Dushanam, who are the degradation of the family too, but idam this. Bibrashi, you are maintaining Jara me paramour, yet as it is. Ab Trapa, without shame, Kulam, the dynasty, Pitu of your father Cha, and Bhartu of your husband Cha, and Nesi, you are bringing down Adaha, Tamaha, the downward into darkness or hell. What King Shariat is saying to his daughter, O my daughter, who were born in a respectable family. You were born in a very respectable family. Satam Kula Prasute, you were born in a very respectable family. Katham tu idam matiste avgata anyatha. How have you degraded your consciousness in this way? What is that? Yad vibrasi jaram aptrapa. Since you are shamelessly maintaining a paramour, no shame. You are maintaining a paramour, a lover, shamelessly. Nayasi, you will lead what? Pitush Bhartush Chakulam. Pitush, fathers, Bhartush, husbands. The dynasty of both your father and your husband. You will lead that Nayasi, you will lead where? Adha Tamaha, to hellish life. O my daughter who were born in a respectable family, how have you degraded your consciousness in this way? How is it that you are shamelessly maintaining a paramour? You will thus degrade the dynasties of both your father and your husband to hellish life. Okay, so by maintaining a paramour, a girl will degrade both the dynasties, father's dynasty and husband's dynasty. It is quite clear that according to Vedic culture, a woman who accepts a paramour or second husband in the presence of the husband she has married is in the presence of the husband she has married is certainly responsible for the degradation of her father's family and the family of her husband. Very, very difficult thing. Nowadays many girls are taking divorce and getting another marriage. And nowadays many boys are allowing their wife, they themselves are giving divorce and she will go and marry another husband. What is saying? If a girl takes another husband, she will send father's dynasty to the hell and the husband dynasty also to the hell. Even though she went to some other boy, but still this boy, first boy and his family has to suffer. But nowadays talaq, then talaq and divorce and divorce and divorce. Everybody is saying they don't know, they don't understand these things. Vedic system. And this Vedic system is not made by some man or somebody, some government. This is made by nature. Actually, these are the rules of Krishna. So, everything will be balanced. Whether we accept or don't accept, that's not the point here. You accept or don't accept, but things will work. Okay, you know or you don't know, but rule is rule. If you do some offense, then government will punish you. You cannot say I did not know. So what is the problem? You don't know or you know, but you did not. So you have to get punishment. The rules of Vedic culture in this regard are strictly observed in the respectable families of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas even today. Okay, some respectable families are still following this. Only the Shudras are degraded in this matter. For a woman of the Brahman, Kshatriya or Vaishya class to accept another husband in the presence of the husband she has married, or to file for divorce or accept a boyfriend or paramour is unacceptable in the Vedic culture. It is not at all acceptable, okay, to have a boyfriend or to take divorce or hidingly maintaining another man like that. Therefore, King Sharyati, who did not know the real facts of চ্যবন Muni's transformation, was surprised to see the behavior of his daughter. Actually, King Sharyati is speaking all this thing because he didn't know that what happened in the background. How, who is this young man? What he is thinking? He is thinking this young man is another person, and she rejected Chavan Muni. But he don't know that Chavan Muni only turned into a young, youthful man. Okay. So King Sharyati said, "O woman born in a pure family, how has your mind become deviated and degraded? You are without shame. Apatrapa, you lead our families to hell. Both the families you are leading to hell." So this every girl has to be very careful. Okay. Get married only to first decide only. Later on, don't take divorce. Both the husband's dynasty and the father's dynasty, both the dynasties you are putting into hell. That's the point here. Okay. Evam Brurvanam Pitaram Ismayamana Shuchi Smita Uvacha Tata Jamata Tavaisha Bhragunandanaha. Evam, in this way, Brurvanam, who was talking and chastising her Pitaram unto her father, Smayamana, smiling because she was chaste, Shuchi Smita, laughingly, Uvacha replied, Tata, O my dear father, Jamata, son-in-law, Tava, your Esha, this young man, Bhragunandana, Chavan Muni, and no one else. Sukanya, however, being very proud of her chastity, she was anyway chaste, smiled upon hearing the rebukes of her father. She started smiling. She smilingly told him, "My dear father, this young man by my side is your actual son-in-law, the great sage Chavan, who was born in the family of Bhragunandana. He is the same one. Why you are thinking like that?" So although the father chastised the daughter, assuming that she had accepted another husband, the daughter knew that she was completely honest and chaste, and therefore she was smiling. When she explained that her husband, Chavan Muni, had now been transformed into a young man, she was very proud of her chastity, and thus she smiled as she talked with her father. Okay, so she also explained very peacefully. It's not like, "Arey, without knowing how can you speak and like this." Started scolding back to father. No, nowadays girls will do like that. Even boys, children. Sometimes if parents say something, sometimes if parents scold children, and children suppose they did not do the mistake, but parents thought they have done, and then you see the children nowadays, they will make everything. "I never did this thing. You are always scolding me like this." So many, they will become very angry. But that's not the point. Here, even though Sukanya did not do any mistake, but still her father scolded her. But what is the response of Sukanya? She is peaceful. She is smiling and telling things, explaining things very quietly, very peacefully, in a very right manner. And she knew that I am very pure, I am very chaste. So out of that pride, she is smiling. Shasham sapitre tat sarvam Vayo rupa vilambanam Vishmitaha param pritas Tanayam parishashvaje. Shasham, she described Pitre and to her father that sarvam, everything, vaya, of the chaste, of the change of age, rupa, and of beauty, avilambaram, how there was achievement by her husband, Vishmitaha, being surprised, param pritaha, was extremely pleased, Tanayam, unto his father, Parishasvaje, embraced with pleasure. Thus, Sukanya explained how her husband had received the beautiful body of a young man. When the king heard this, he was very surprised, and in great pleasure he embraced his beloved daughter. Okay, so that's the section till 23rd. And okay, so the next section is now, okay, this is done. So King Sharyati is now peaceful, and he is again he started loving his daughter. Okay. Now, what was the point? What was another part of a story, that when Chavan Muni received this young age, in return he gave Somrasa to Ashwani Kumaras. So then Indra became very angry that why you gave Somrasa to the Ashwani Kumaras. So that section we will discuss tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.